Welcome to the Girl Gang. I'm Katrina Gardner of Katrina and Create.
And I'm Dominique Goyette-Connerty of Evergreen Marketing. On this show, we're going to chat with women business owners in Massachusetts and those who support local women in business.
Because girls don't just want to have fun. They also want to sell real estate.
They want to open a brewery.
They want to teach others to invest in the stock market.
They want to take stunning photos, plan lavish parties, and help people recover from injuries.
Girls just want a podcast.
What can we say?
We're girls.
Welcome to Girls Just Wanna.
Welcome to Girls Just Wanna.
And Katrina, I'm going to tell you right now, it's a jump rope girl summer.
What does that mean?
It's not a hot girl summer. It's a jump rope girl summer.
Are you jump roping?
I'm jump roping.
By yourself?
Yeah. So.
Outside or inside?
Outside.
Okay. You're not just like physically
me in my apartment. The rope is smacking the floor, and I'm jumping up and down. My downstairs neighbors are like, "What the?" No, outside. So I've had a jump rope, and I don't even know why or how long. I must have bought it at least 5+ years ago, and I don't even know if I ever really. I mean, I guess I used it at least a few times, but it has just been with me.
Sure.
And I just have never gotten rid of it because I'm always like, oh, I could get into jump roping. So apparently, which it makes sense once you start doing it, apparently jump roping is one of the best things you can do for cardio and muscle and whatever.
I was going to say, jump roping as a kid was so fun.
Right. No, exactly.
And
as an adult, you should try it and be like, oh.
When I was doing 9 round, the first round was jump rope.
Yeah.
And you could either use a real jump rope or you could use these little fake ones that aren't actually a rope.
They don't I've seen those ropeless jump ropes. Yeah.
Which was probably for people older than me, in case I trip over them. And I was like, no, I'm just gonna do that.
Yeah.
I'm lazy and I don't want to lift my toes off the ground. So much hard work. It was do it for 60 seconds.
It spikes your cardio insane. Jumping is hard as an adult. As a kid, you'll jump everywhere. You'll jump all around. Those trampoline parks, kids are like, yeah. I'm like, that for an adult is such a workout. Why is jumping so hard?
Honestly, if I incorporated jumping specifically, just outside in the public, just the idea of how I would have to outfit myself to make sure I'm not
falling out everywhere.
Yeah. Putting on a show of some sort. It's just
So I was like, I should mix some jump roping into my routine because, as you know, I kickbox way too much, in my opinion, and don't do anything else, which isn't true because now I've been walking every day.
Yep.
I've been, when weather permits and when time permits, I take the kayak out. So I do other things. Yeah. I'd like to get into weightlifting. It's a whole thing, but I was like, I might as well use the jump rope, and I went on TikTok and I searched jump rope.
You have
to stop. It's like my new ASMR.
Oh.
They do the coolest things.
Yeah.
They do these cool routines and all these tricks. And I'm like, hell yeah, let's make this my new hobby this summer. I break out my jump rope. I get out there. Girl, I can't even jump for more than 30 seconds just regular.
Yeah.
Without tripping, getting snagged. And also I am whipping the crap out of myself by accident. So, I can do a few tricks. I can do the crossover and I can do one-legged and I can do, but these TikTok girlies.
The idea of one leg jumping.
It's hard. I'd be sweating up a storm. So the other thing that you said about jumping in public, I'd have to, I was like, oh, I'll just do this in my driveway. Yeah. But I don't know if I've ever told you, I have neighbors who are directly across from my driveway and they're old, retired, and they just sit on their porch all day.
Yeah.
And so people in the neighborhood call them the mayor and the and because if you stop and talk to them, they know everybody's business, they know everybody's drama, everybody's gossip, they know everything that's going on because that's all they do is they sit out there and they watch everybody all day.
To me.
And I'm like, I don't want to jump rope in front of them because
they'll be critiquing.
Give it 5 minutes and the whole neighborhood will be like, so Dominique fucked up on her jump roping today. And Dominique
how's the jump roping, Dominique?
No, every time I see it, how's kickboxing? How's this? How's your stepdad? How's it? They know everything. And so I have now I go to kickboxing every night. Sometimes I'm working, sometimes I'm not. And so I go and I just get there early so that I can jump rope for like 10 or 15 minutes behind the studio, which is like an empty like behind parking lot. And so I do it there while I'm getting my fundamentals and my skills down. And then one day when I'm good, I'll start jump roping in my driveway, and I'll just whip out these skills, and they'll be like, "Whoa, where did she learn that?" And I'll be like, "I've been practicing behind a building for 3 months."
Wow.
So
no, I don't think I'm gonna join you in the jump roping.
that's okay, but like I'm just saying, jump rope girl summer. If you see me jumping rope,
grab your phone and take a video.
Oh my God,
I want to see it.
It's hard. It's so hard.
Yeah.
And I just like keep whipping my shins. I have like look at that.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
You're
so
injured.
anyways,
I do want to start moving again, and I haven't started doing that. So I need to figure out.
Just go on hot girl walks.
I know. It's like it's a hot girl walk with Jamie is the issue. So then it's like it isn't a hot girl walk. He says sometimes, he's like, yeah, I want to go for a walk, but it's not a walk. It's
stop and look at everything, stop and touch everything.
We are pirates, explorers, adventurers, looking for dinosaurs.
Right. It's hard when you have a kid, I guess. So I was going to say, just put on headphones, go for a walk. But
I know. And then Jesse works nights, so after Jamie goes to bed, that would be ideal, but I'm not going to leave him. You can't leave him at home.
Correct.
So.
Correct. Good job, parent.
Thank you.
Very good job, Mom.
Mom of the year.
You can't leave him home,
like,
right?
I can't possibly work out because my son is asleep.
All right. Well, jump rope girl summer 2025. Let's go.
Sounds great.
All right. Ready for a guest?
Let's do it.
Hey ladies, are you looking to grow your own local girl gang?
The Young Professional Women's Association has been named Worcester Region's Best Young Professionals Network for 7 years now.
YPWA offers countless social and professional opportunities to engage and empower local ladies like you and me.
Right now, Girls Just Wanna listeners can get discounted access to YPWA's annual membership.
Go to ypwaworcester.com and enter code podcast 2025 at checkout to receive $20 off their annual membership. Again, that promo code is podcast 2025. We hope to see you soon at YPWA events.
Welcome to the podcast, Tiana Diaz of T.A.J Tropicals and Trinkets, or just T.A.J, better known.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for coming in this morning.
Of course. Thank you for inviting me.
And you're kind of our neighbor.
Yeah.
To where we record the podcast now. You're located right here in the building, right?
Yep, right upstairs.
Yeah. So here on Grove Street.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Well, thanks for making the long commute down from the shop.
Yeah. Yep.
So for people who haven't been to the shop or haven't seen you online, what is T.A.J?
That's a loaded question.
Right?
I mean, like we previously just discussed that, like it's constantly evolving.
Mm-hmm.
But we started back in 2020 just as a little plant shop. Plants were exploding everywhere.
Yeah.
Everybody needed something to do and something to care for.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, let's see what we can do with this thing. And we started out really, really small. Opened up in the middle of COVID, November 2020, over on West Boylston Street in Worcester. We grew exponentially in the first, probably say, year and a half we were there.
Yeah.
And we expanded into a bigger space in Millbury.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, as you guys know, because you had been,
Yeah.
I had to close that one because I had gotten sick,
Yeah.
and did that whole thing and reopened again in a big space. And I just realized like bigger is not always better. I wanted to be cozy. And I literally came here one day just looking for office space.
Yeah.
I was ready to be done with the store. I was tired, and I was like, well, maybe I can do this thing online or whatever. So I just came here because I met Nilu, and I was like, let me just see what they have for office spaces. And after looking at all the suites, because they're beautiful, I was like, I don't know if people are going to want to wander through this building. And so I saw the space in the lobby, and I was like, that's really small.
Yeah.
It's really, really small. I don't know if this is going to work, but they made it impossible. The family here is phenomenal, and I love my little space up there.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. This place is wonderful.
Lovely. And so how has it evolved since you opened? So it obviously started with the idea in mind of like plants.
Yep.
Everybody's doing plants. It's the plant era.
Yep.
And were you offering other things at sometimes? Have you kind of gone back to just plants?
Both. So
Okay.
people, I've been affectionately named the Queen of Pivots.
Yeah.
Again, we opened up through a really, really hard time. That was the thing. And when I opened, I kind of wanted to open as a collective. believe it or not. I was like, I have the space, like not everybody can afford to have a storefront. I think that's every little girl's dream, you know, and I was like, let me open up my space and try to have a bunch of other, not just women entrepreneurs, but just entrepreneurs in general with like-minded personalities or goals. And I've always tried to have my space opened up to other sellers. I mean, obviously it has to be somewhat intertwined, but I can always find a way to make that work.
Yeah.
And it didn't really pan out because I don't think people really realize how expensive it is to hold a space. Between it's not just the space, it's all the insurances
and the utilities and
Yep. And so, I mean, I still offer space, but it's just kind of been different. So that's really what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be like classroom, classes, a bunch of different things, people teaching things, and that's really what I wanted. But I think that, I don't know, I don't think that there's enough guidance when it comes to entrepreneurship, so people don't really know how to navigate that. So we kind of just slimmed back down to like plants, pots, accessories, all that stuff, plant care. I ventured out into doing like my own classes and stuff like that and events, and I found a couple people that are really wonderful to link up with and do things with. And hence the expansion when we moved into Millbury. We had a lot going on at that point, and it was super unfortunate that we had to close because kind of everything fizzled out, I feel like. I feel like during that time of me being sick and kind of out the loop, because I just was out the loop. I didn't, but I know plants and I know my business. So I was like, let's try this again, you know? And it's like, I don't regret reopening because I love what we do, but it's definitely much different now. So
definitely. It's a journey, isn't it?
100%.
So what are you selling right now at the store? What products are hot? What do you carry? Is it, I mean, Katrina's more of the plant mom than I am. I don't have any indoor plants right now. I have one hydrangea bush that I keep alive in my yard, and it's beautiful. Very proud of it. But so Katrina knows more about plants than I do, but like, what's the variety like? What are you selling over there?
So things are super slow right now. Okay. That's just total transparency.
Sure.
And what's selling, it's one day it's this and one day it's that. It's not like where it was where like everybody was searching for the albos. Everybody was searching for the pink princesses. Like, things have, the market has for sure changed. And I think it's really put a, not a damper, but like it's made things difficult for people that own stores. Because where we buy is wholesale, people are still able to go out to Home Depot and get them for the same price we're paying wholesale. It really, like for us, it kind of sucks because it's like, we're not, I haven't turned a profit in forever. I honestly, to be totally transparent, I don't even know if this business has ever been profitable. Has it been fun? Has it been a ride? Has it been experience? Have I met so many wonderful people? Has it been worth it in that area? Yeah. But like financially?
Well, and one of the other things too, I think, when it was like plant era and everyone's getting into plants, and this was me, right? That was like my pandemic hobby was plants. And it's like, oh yeah, I want a monstera, but like, where can you find a monstera? Back then, only in shops like yours. And now you can buy one at Target.
Literally,
like,
it's wild.
you know, so it's definitely changed since 4 or 5 years ago.
And we were known for having all that like random weirdo stuff. Like,
and you would have like
come in and just take pictures with the plants. Like it was wild. It was, like I said, it's been such a great roller coaster experience.
And you have exotic ones, because I've also been to where you would sell, I don't know if you still do, in Live, Fleet, or Buy.
No, we backed. I love Brian. I love what he does. He's great, but it's just the environment, heat and temperature wise, it just didn't really work out well. I wish I could have stayed because, like I said, he's dope.
But I remember walking in there and I'm like, look at all these like exotic ones, and like just, you know, you can't find it.
We stuck out like a sore thumb right in there, because it's like you look around and you get all these treasures all around.
Yeah, it's all these like
green.
vintage signs from like 1920s and then like beautiful, gorgeous, lush plants.
No, I love being there. But so like, what do we sell? So up there, right now, primarily we focus on just plants. I have gone in so many directions with care items, pots, this, that, knickknacks, all sorts of things that I kind of, when I reopened this space, because of how terrible things have been, I was like, let me just get back to the basics.
Sure.
So one thing that I've always been proud of with my business is that it's not just like just exotics, or it's not just stuff you'll find at Walmart. Like, I try to stay away from the stuff that you can find in the big box stores. That's what I've always tried to pride myself on. I've always tried to have the uncommon, the unusual, the weirdo things that you walk in and be like, wow, I've never seen this before. But I've always paid special attention to, do we have plants that are $500 because they're rare collector's items? Yes. But do we have uncommon plants that you haven't seen anywhere that are only $10? Yes. I try to have like something for everybody because not everybody wants to spend that kind of money. You know what I mean? But a lot of people do want to have plants. So I just try to keep in mind of like, I'm just like everybody else. Like I can't afford personally to go out and buy a $500 plant on a whim. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. But could I go buy like a variegated string of hearts for $12? Oh yeah, I could. You know, so I've always tried to keep that as our like our, I don't know, like our little heart. Like try to have it something for everybody.
Do you? And this might be controversial. And I remember asking Sam from Sam Stems this question. Sam Stems does like custom floral bouquets for events and stuff. And I remember asking her this and prefacing it with, this might be controversial.
I'm no stranger to controversy.
Do you, as a plant person and as someone who owns a plant shop, have a favorite plant? Or is it like you can't pick one? It's like kids. You can't have a favorite.
That's a lie. Even moms, we all have favorites.
And the truth comes out.
My daughter will tell you.
I'm calling my mom after this. I knew it was me.
Yep, 100%. So, I mean, when I first started, philodendrons were it for me. Like, there's so many different kinds, species, colors, patterns, price points, way they grow up, they grow out, they grow down. Like, you couldn't go wrong with philodendrons. And I'm still very much a philodendron lover. But as of late, probably since I reopened after I was sick, when I reopened, I was like, what can I do different that's not like everybody else? Because yes, there were other plant shops, and yes, they are competition, but I always try to be super mindful of other people's businesses because you could have a business right across the street from me doing the same thing that I do, but you're not going to be the same as me because we're not going to have the same mentality of carrying what we carry. Like we are all different. So I was like, what can I do to be different? Well, I brought in probably 90 different kinds of Hoyas. And I really get into Hoyas. Hoyas can be a little more on the pricey side. And when I first started, I didn't really carry many of them. I carried your like regular ones that you could get all over, but I didn't like them. I was like, these things are ugly. Like they're just green and there's nothing. Like they're just kind of ugly. But then I started getting into the different flowers that they flower because every Hoya flowers and all the different scents. And I was like, So I was like, let me bring in all these Hoyas and kind of have like a Hoya specialty. So I'm kind of stuck between philodendrons and Hoyas. Philodendrons because of the green leafy colors and all that, and then Hoyas just because of the fragrance, the flowers. And, I mean, if you really go down that rabbit hole, there's so many different, they're not just green. Like there's red ones, there's variegated ones. They're just beautiful.
What's the name of the prayer plant? What's that species?
So they call them prayer plants, but the name of it is either Calatheas or Marantas.
I was thinking of Calatheas because that was the first plant that I bought.
Shame on whoever sold that to you.
I know. And then it was like, it was because they're difficult. They need like a very specific environment. And I just like bought it and brought it home and I'm like, it's dying. And then it was like, I'm a hyperfixation type of person. So I was like, how can I keep this plant alive? And like, I bought another one and I bought another one and I bought a humidifier and I had them all like collected in the same spot. So I'm like, they need humidity. They're like rainforest. And like, it became my obsession of like summer of 2020.
Well, not
like,
just that, but it's like, I'm not going to be defeated.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
also, it was expensive. Like, I just spent $50 on this plant. Like,
so that's not to trail off, but I have to touch on that. So I have people come in all the time and they're like, oh, I don't have a green thumb. I kill everything. And I'm like, dude, you're a nurse or I know you're a mom. Like, you keep human beings alive. Like you can 100% keep this plant alive.
Right.
The problem with a lot of other places, we'll just say, is that like, I don't feel like they give plant advice. I feel like it's so, as a business owner, you have to make the sale, because you got to pay the rent, you got to keep the doors open. But I've never operated that way, which is probably why it's so terrible for me. But if I see you come in my doors and I've never seen you before, you literally look green when it comes to plants, you have no idea what you're doing, I'll bluntly ask you, like, so how planty are you? Like, I'm not planty at all, I'm just getting in. I always refer them to the easy thing. Or I'll say, you know what, when they get a little like, no, I don't want that. Like, you pick something you like and I'm going to tell you if you're going to do okay.
Right.
Everybody that walks through my doors wants strings of pearls.
Oh yeah, I can't keep those alive either.
Right. I mean, you absolutely could. I could teach you. But they're gorgeous. But the problem is that people hang them because they look so gorgeous and then they rot. Or a lot of us are over lovers and we way overwater all of our stuff and kill it. Like that's part of like one of the classes that I do. I offer some just general plant care advice, but again, like I've been doing this for so long now that's like you kind of get, I don't know if you guys saw my post last night, but you kind of get like stuck, not imposter syndrome, but like the I sucks. And it's like, okay, I'm going to do classes again. What, like, about what? Like, you run out of ideas.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just something that I've always felt like in my heart was the right thing to do. And why am I going to make a sale and have you kill it and think you're a terrible plant parent and never come back?
Yeah. Right. Well, yeah, and then they give up and they don't want to keep buying more plants.
And then that's not their
Well, little
hobby
did you know that Calathea or that Maranta that you bought may have had spider mites, and that could be why, because they're spider mite magnets. Nobody talks about stuff like that.
Right.
You know, so it's like...
Yeah, and I think it's hard to find the education. Like, there's so much information that you kind of need to know, but like, where do you find it? Especially if you're brand new to it, it's like you're like, I don't even know what this plant is called when you buy it in the store, because the stores don't tell you. Like, it just says it's like tropical plant for X number of dollars. You know, is it safe for animals? Is it safe for whatever? Like, all those things, and that's what I used to find hard to find the information about. And why workshops like the ones that you have done and you do are so helpful for people that want to get into it.
I would say too that I like that you pointed out that like the education of it all and the knowledge is important, because we talk to so many business owners on this show who say that about their business as well. Like, oh, like even like hair care people, Stephanie Ramey owns the O Shop with the bras, and she said the same thing. Like, oh, education is so important. Like, right? Like, because people come into your store not really knowing as much about your product as you do. And then they're just kind of set up for failure. If you're shopping at a big box store, you don't know what you're buying, you don't know what you're getting into, etc.
No, you see that $20 price tag and you're like,
heck yeah, got a deal.
And then you come over here and you're like, $35. And it's like, well, $35, but it comes with like lifetime care support.
Right.
You can message me at 2 a.m. and I usually respond. You know what I mean? Like, it's psychotic, but like, I genuinely care about you being successful.
Right. Yeah. You know about if it like needs to be repotted right, like, because I've also done that. I like buy
never,
at Walmart.
You never repot right away unless
it's like but
unless
it's
you buy from Walmart or Home Depot,
right? Because it's been in the same pot for forever. And it's
not
like,
just that, but the substrate that they use is really not. It's everybody uses it in down south, but you got to remember, like, down south is different climates, different environments, so they can soak them like they do. And because they're in greenhouses that are 100 degrees, they dry out quick. You do cocoa coir up here, just plain cocoa coir, and Home Depot, let's be honest, they store them in warehouses and just spray them with hoses. No windows, no light, nothing.
Right.
You don't know how long they're there before they hit the stores, to which you've seen how they are cared for in the stores. So you get them home, and for all you know, the thing's already got root rot. And
it's like triage.
Or you saw it and you're like, oh, I'm going to save this thing. And next thing you know, it's like,
So
it really comes down to that. And it's so, like, I just have to touch on that. Like, so many people are like, oh, why would I come spend $35 when I can spend $20 at Home Depot? That's why. Because I wholeheartedly care. Like, people think I'm nuts when they walk in the door and I'm like, oh, well, this is how you care for this. My husband will even say, like, how do you know that?
I was going to ask, how did you get all of this extensive plant knowledge?
You have to, because if you don't, let me tell you something. I'm so blunt and straightforward. Your customers will roast you. They will, especially on social media. Like, if you use one wrong word, they will roast you. They look for any opportunity to correct you. And I shouldn't say my customers, because my customers are great, but just like
the public,
the public in general,
is looking for something.
And it's like, I've been through all that. I've been roasted. I've been torn. I've been ripped. You know, I used to be so like wicked confident and out there, and I mean, I still very much am, but I'm a lot more toned down now because I've been roasted. And it's like, you can't roast me and expect me to keep my mouth shut because I'm a business owner. Like, that just doesn't work out personality wise for me. So I just kind of try to like stay away from it at this point. But you have to, and you really need, if you're going to make a career out of something, you have to know what you're talking about. If it's just your career, but if it's your passion, it's something you really enjoy, like my husband will say plant names, or people will say plant names, and I'll correct my husband, just kind of messing with him a little bit, like, no, that's not how you say that. But like pothos, for example, pothos, pothos, like, people say things so different. It's like, it's cool to be able to educate people. It's cool to be able to give people the knowledge that I've just taken all in.
Did you just fall into like a YouTube hole one day, or like a book you just became a bookworm and you just read everything you could ever
I
want to
never
know
did the
about
whole
plants?
YouTube thing. Like you
Yeah,
have
me
so
either.
many cool YouTubers out there. Like we have a TV in the shop. We used to have a big TV in the shop, and I used to put a couple of the famous YouTubers on the TV all the time. Like that was something we always wanted to do, was have plant care stuff going all the time. So that's kind of what we dived into. But I never sat there. That's not how I learned. Like I learned from trial and error.
Yeah.
But I also learned from, okay, if I'm going to carry this expensive plant, like I need to know how to care for it, because the reality of it is it's not going to sell for a while. Like when the Florida Beauties and there was two of them that I bought, Florida Beauties and I can't remember the other one. But wholesale, they cost me $500 a piece.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I mean, if you work in retail and you know how you're supposed to be pricing things via market pricing and just based off what you pay, I knew I wasn't going to sell those anytime soon. So I'm like, well, if I'm going to pay half a month's rent, probably should know how to care for these things. Right. So I think just from needing to keep your inventory alive because it's perishable and not wanting the public to roast you, I think you have to like very quickly kind of narrow in and learn.
Right. So. Yeah. Wow. Crazy. I forgot to ask this when we kind of started, but T.A.J, Tropicals and Trinkets, T.A.J. What does that stand for? What does that mean?
So many people used to be like, oh, she's the Taj Mahal of plants. She thinks she's this and that. That's not how it happened. Like, it's our kids. So I have to tell this totally transparently, because I know my husband will watch this and be like, you didn't tell the whole truth. We've been open for 5 years. Probably for 8 years ago, we were going to buy a property in Auburn. There was this little property for sale. The floral shop out there had just closed. He's like, let's open this floral shop. We'll name it Taj, after the girls, because we have Tiana, Ava, and Juliana. Okay. And I was like, okay, well, we looked into it. I'm not a flower designer. It's not my thing. I've tried it. Like, I can style things with decor and plants and stuff like that all day long. But you want me to do symmetry and all, I can't. That's just not me. So I was like, maybe that's not a good idea. We're like serial entrepreneurs. We're bouncing things back and forth all the time. And finally one day I was like, I'm going to open a plant shop. And he's like, what the hell? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to open a plant shop. And he's like, okay. And so we opened it. And I was like, well, name it Taj. And he's like, well, you can't just take my business name with the girls. And I was like, wow. I said, it actually covers all 5 of the kids. You have Tiana, Ava, Anthony, Juliana, and Junior. So it's after all of our kids. And I think that was really important to keep that incorporated, because we didn't come from anything, me and him. Like, our families didn't build anything. Nothing was handed to us. And even though this specific business may not be profitable, the skills that we've learned as a family, entrepreneurship, the freedom of it, the chains of it, the ups, the downs, the roller coasters, it has taught my kids, and it can be passed down to my kids, that nothing is impossible. Right. Nothing. Like, you can be stuck today. I had like the whole efforts 2 days ago. Like, I was ready to be like, I'm done. Done. Like, you go through that back and forth, but when you sit and you do things like this and you have to really reflect on the whole journey, it's like, I'm not done. When I'm done, I'll know I'm done. You know, like, and I think that's really important to show our kids, because I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like things are so different now with kids. It's not just that everything's handed to them, but it's not like it was like when we were in school. Like, you had to go really research stuff. Now they got like ChatGPT. They got like everything right there. Like, what's an encyclopedia? You know, I think learning firsthand in the world that we live in today was a blessing for them. And that's really where the name came from. We want to be able to hand something, whether it be a business that's flourishing, whether it be just experience and contacts, whatever it is, we want to be able to hand that to them.
Wow. You recently announced that you're opening sort of a second business, or a business idea, Thrifties. Did I get that right? Thrifties Secondhand? Yeah. Tell us about that, where that came from.
So, serial entrepreneur. And if you ever opened up my Instagram, you'd see I have like 7 different pages, all different businesses, because I'm just waiting for the right time to launch each one. And I'm like, well, while I have the idea, let me just get the page, because that'll be done before you know it, right? I grew up doing the whole Goodwill, Salvation Army thing with my great-grandmother. A lot of people don't know this about me, but I was raised by her. She was 70 years older than me. She passed away when I was 16, but we did all that. We did all the thrift hunting, the bargain shopping, we did all that. And as I got older, I kind of streamed away from that, and I started doing the designer thing, and I needed to have Louis Vuitton, and I needed to have a BMW, and I needed to have all that. And it's like, now that I'm getting older and I'm settling more into my place and everything that I've been through, I've realized that like fast money and brand names are great if you can afford that sustainable lifestyle, but not everybody can. And it's kind of just brought me back to my roots of like, well, what can we repurpose? And I'm sure you guys are aware, but my past before the shop, I did mental health, substance abuse. I've always worked in medical. I did case management, family ties in the community, and there's no well, there's tons of resources, but there's not enough resources, let's just say, for other people. So when I wanted to start Thrifties, I wanted to do a donation-based business to where you can donate all your secondhand goods. We can try to price tag and sell out whatever we can to sustain the business. But we wanted to do a lot of like clothing drives to the communities. We wanted to do a lot of linking with other organizations to help with supplies, because even sourcing secondhand items is tough. Like I don't know if you guys have followed, but I've been on this now for a couple of months, and I've had like 3 people reach out for donations, which is fine. Like I don't expect anything from anybody, but it's just, we're all so busy, things are so hard, and I'm like, what can I do that, granted, yes, you have to make a profit, let's be honest, like people have to survive, but what can I do that I love to do that I can also help other people in the process? That's so important to me. If I can't bring people on my journey, if I can't help people on my way up, like what am I doing this for?
Yeah.
You know, like none of us entrepreneurs, small bit, none of us are going to be rich overnight. Like it's not going to happen. Like you need to enjoy the ride and try to help as many people on the way up as you can.
Yeah. And so Thrifties right now, so are you still getting that kind of going? Are you selling items? Or
we haven't really started doing much of that yet.
Okay.
I know I keep touching back to the shop and how slow it's been, and it's like I don't know what's going to be of Taj in 6 months. I don't know in 6 months if Taj is going to be a plant shop anymore. I've pondered the idea of putting vintage into it, secondhand. I've tried, like, I don't think plants are going to be a forever thing here. Like, it's just unfortunate. It is what it is. I don't know if I can link with other people and offer my space to other people and try to pivot that way. Taj is never going to go anywhere, but the business plan, the formula that I have right now is not working, and we have to do something. So I'd love to tie something like that in, because I've done a lot of research. I have a lot of friends that do this as business, and secondhand is really up and coming again. Like it never went away, but I think it's coming back now. And I think because of the climate of the economy and everything, like I've seen it being a specialty shop, people aren't buying. But I've also been to so many events, and I'm a person just like you guys. I'm out and about all the time. We're still spending tons of money.
Right.
It's like we're just shifting where it's going. So as an entrepreneur and as a business owner, it's like, okay, sometimes you have to shift to match the public demand. So that's just what it is. So that's why when you asked me earlier, like T.A.J. Tropical and Trinkets, and I'm like, I don't know, like Trinkets, maybe you could add that in a second hand.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure, but I secured the name just to be sure.
Yeah. Awesome.
So that's how that goes.
Well, tell people how they can come visit you when the shop is open, or where they can find you online. How to.
So we've had a website, www.tajtropicals.com. I need to get better at updating the website.
We all do.
It's always up there. You can always find us on social media. I always answer social media. If I ever post plants in the stories or whatever, you can always shoot me a message and say, hey, T, can you hold this? Can you invoice me? Can you ship it? Because we ship. We're open right now, Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 3, summer hours. We kind of shrunk them down because it's been so quiet.
Yeah.
But I'm actually working on changing that again. Maybe making less days, but open longer.
Sure.
We're just, with the move here and the foot traffic being different, we're just trying to kind of figure out what works for us in this space. So, yeah, been here. Hopefully never going to go anywhere. And feel free to reach out whenever you want. We're located at 100 Grove Street, Suite 101, right in the main lobby. You really can't miss us. If you're right on Grove Street, you come in the big sign that says 100 Grove Street, you walk in, we're right there. Like, you can't miss our shop.
Perfect. And we like to end every episode by giving guests the opportunity to shout out another woman-owned business or woman in business. I'm sure you know a ton of people.
Yeah, it's tough.
Whoever comes to mind.
This has been a question that's like haunted me since you emailed me. So I was like, there's been somebody that helped me. So I think the one that pops out for me right this minute is Renee from the Queen's Cups.
Yeah.
That woman has been a pillar, not only to our community, but to me. When I first opened, she was the first person that I reached out to. I'm like, Renee, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, she helped me come up with ideas to style the shop. Like, she has been a constant for me. When I was sick, her and her mom kind of stepped up and always reached out to make sure I was okay. Like, we're not close friends, but I have a connection with her like no other. And to see her have to close her business really, really crushed me, because going through what I'm going through, it resonated, and going through what I've gone through in the past. Like, I've opened and closed shops so many times.
Right.
Yeah.
But I am so proud of her to see the pivot that she's made.
Yes.
Like, girl, selling your recipes, like, get it. You know?
Yeah.
The other one I would have to say would be Brie.
Yeah.
She is just a beacon of light. Like,
Yeah.
I've looked at her many times. I'm like, girl, how are you so happy and positive
I
all
know.
the time? Can you brush some of that on me? And she's like, God got me, girl.
Yeah.
And she'll shoot me messages randomly like, hey, God's got you. Like, to have women in your corner that you don't go to dinner with, you don't have family meetings with, but they'll just shoot you a message, just be like, hey, checking in.
Yeah.
Like, those two have been phenomenal for me. And I mean, there's so many more. I feel like such a jerk not mentioning them, but
that's okay.
that's why, like, last night I did my little shout out to who's been there for me recently. And I think that pivoting my business to that way is not pulling it out of business mode, but giving people the accolades that they deserve.
Yeah.
Because even you guys, like, you asked me to do the podcast and super like, oh no, I'm scared, you know, like, like, I appreciate that, because you guys thought of me, and that's cool.
Right.
So there's so many.
Well, thank you again so much for coming on the show. I'm glad we could make it work. I know we had some scheduling difficulties to move around, but I'm glad you made it. I'm glad we could talk. Thanks for your transparency and your honesty. I'm sure plenty of people can relate, and
any entrepreneur.
And maybe this will be, you know, a sense of comfort to them as well.
Yeah. And I'm an open book. Not only am I a plant shop, but I'm a woman in business. I have a family. Like, we don't talk about that enough. We sit here and we share our wonderful things that are going on, but I don't think enough people talk about the shitty things that are happening. You know,
definitely.
like, and I think that to be transparent and to put it all out on the line, like, it makes you vulnerable as a human, but I think that it resonates with somebody else and can help them get through. Like, everything that Renee had did between the articles in the Business Journal and what she went through, like, it completely resonated and made me feel like, you know, like, okay, so if she can do it, like, I can do it. And it's like,
it's
that's
not
how you
just
start
me.
the domino effect. Like, she did it. Okay, so now I'm going to do it. And now this one can feel comfortable doing it. I think that's really important, just as business owners, but as women, to support each other.
Yeah,
definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Tiana.
Of course. Thank you. Yeah.
Want to show your love for all the local ladies in business? Girls Just Want a Podcast merch is now available on Etsy.
From stickers to mugs and hats to tumblers, you can rep your favorite gal gang wherever you go.
Your purchase helps us continue to rent studio space, upgrade our recording equipment, and pay for editing software.
Find Girls Just Want a merch on Katrina and Create's Etsy shop. Link is in the show notes.
Welcome to Heart It or Hate It.
Heart it or hate it.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. You're killing it. Let's get in the studio. Let's get mic'd up.
Start making some money.
Dropping the beat. Okay, Heart It or Hate It, library books.
Ooh, this is difficult because I love libraries. I support libraries. I want people to go to libraries.
Like, just to be clear.
I do not like used books for some reason. I just like...
I love me a library book. I put it on here because I know that you're not like a get a book from a library girly.
Yeah.
You buy books.
I buy a fresh book.
You have your Kindle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I knew that you were going to be like, it's not something I do.
Yeah, I'm pro-library. I know that my answer is anti-library. But I don't know. I don't like... I've bought books from libraries when they have like book sales.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say hate it.
I, especially during the pandemic, I was in my like reading girl era.
Yeah.
There was nothing else to do. So I was going through like 3 books a week.
I should love it because
it was insane.
My book hobby is expensive.
Yeah.
Buying all these books. It's really expensive and it's unnecessary. And you can get them all at the library. I will say oftentimes the books that I want to read either aren't at the library or there's a really long wait list.
You just got to go on the CW Mars thing on the online and they'll rent it from like a bunch of other libraries.
Well,
but the wait list thing,
I even tried like the Libby app.
Oh yeah.
Every single book that I wanted to try to read, they're like, you're 264th in line.
But you'd be surprised, the list goes by pretty fast.
I think
on a lot of them.
I fell off the list. Like there's this one book that I had myself on the list for that I think is like a pretty obscure book. And that might have been the issue too, is that it wasn't in as many catalogs.
Yeah.
That I was like, I'm going to wait for it. And then I actually bought it off of Amazon 2 days ago because of Amazon Prime Day deals. It was like $5. And I'm like, I'm just going to buy it.
Yeah. So I have been getting some books from the library again because I was like, oh, I need like books to read like on beach days and stuff, which of course then I didn't even like go to the beach, or when I did go to the beach I also didn't read, so like what I don't even know. But so I just picked up a couple, and one of them I'm like really into, so I don't know, I'm in my
maybe my answer will change as the economy gets worse and worse.
You're like, I'm gonna have to sacrifice
I'm really gonna have to start budgeting.
my book buying habit.
So I'm gonna say hate it for now.
I'm going hard it. All right, what's next?
Working 9 to 5 hours. Like, even if you don't work at a 9 to 5, like, you know, do you like to have like the dedicated time of day 9 to 5 versus working in like spurts or something like that?
I feel like I work more in spurts. Like I don't sit at a desk from 9 to 5.
Right.
Obviously I work for myself. And I also like work part-time at the kickboxing, and so like some nights if I'm working till like 9:30 or whatever, and I come home and I shower and I eat dinner, it's like I don't get to bed till after midnight. So like I'm not gonna wake up at the crack of dawn just to work 9 to 5 hours. Like obviously if I have meetings scheduled and stuff like that, but I find that I feel better when I like break things up. So like I'll do some work, and then I'll do some laundry, and then I'll like work some more, and then I'll have lunch, and then I'll work on this thing, and then I'll go for a walk. And so I don't know, I just don't, I used to obviously work office jobs and stuff, and I used to be fully on go from 8 to 5 or whatever, and I don't know how I did it. I really don't.
It's definitely like my default to work a long shift without any breaks. Like I just kind of get into the zone, and that like I wish I was doing more of like take a break to go eat a snack, go do your laundry, go for a walk, and like I kind of have to really force myself to like remember to do that stuff.
Yeah, that's how I used to be, and then I think the pandemic just kind of like I guess that's not true. I think switching jobs, because I was in an office full time, and then I switched and I was working with you, and I was working remotely full time, and I think that's when it changed for me, because I used to just sit and I would like have to be like, oh, I need to eat something, like my stomach and because I could just plow through work, but now I don't feel that way anymore. Like I definitely get distracted too.
I mean, definitely for my lifestyle with like having a kid, I do take breaks. Like I'll work a little bit and then get him on the school bus and then work again, and then he gets off the school bus, and then if there's like stuff I need to catch up on, I'll do that late at night. So like that's what works for me. But I am trying to like make a conscious effort right now to like break it up even more. Like take my walks, take my breaks. Take care of the house.
Good.
Yeah.
I like to get a good mix of things going.
So I guess I'll say hate it. Hate working like the 9 to 5.
I guess I'll say hate it too. Because I think just do what works for you. Okay. Heart it or hate it, swimming in the lake swimming.
Heart it? I don't do it.
But I was going to say, I haven't done it in a while. I'll go heart it because I had swimming in the ocean a couple weeks ago on this, and I hate that. And so I'll go heart it. But at the end of the day, let's just be real. I prefer a pool because in that one regard, I guess I'm high maintenance.
I mean, I guess I don't really like swimming anywhere. Like in the pool, I want to be in a float. At the lake,
swimming in the pool is so fun.
You
want to play mermaids?
It's probably because the only pool that I really go in now is my in-laws, and it's an above ground, like circular. Like it's not like one where you can swim laps in, you know.
But like I'm never like, I mean, I can't really swim laps. I'm just like goofing off.
No, I literally just sit in the float with my book, and I'm like,
well, that's fun too.
I'm like, Jessie, stop jumping in and smashing me, please.
I've been in the lake that I live on a couple times, and it was nice because I was on a neighbor's boat, and we like were out, and then people like jumped off the boat, and that's super fun.
I like.
But the part that I don't like about the lake is like, I don't just like walking into the lake because that area gets all like murky. And I went out in the kayak last weekend, and I don't know what's going on in my lake, but it is hella weeds everywhere.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they did or didn't do differently this year.
Yeah.
Because it's like super overgrowth. You're like trudging through like massive weeds.
Some
like,
lakes. Yeah. So
they might not have like treated it. I don't know if they stopped treating it. I don't know.
Growing up, I didn't like swimming or walking into lakes because of that reason. Now we go to one lake in Sutton that we pay like for a pass for. And I think that they do a really good job of I think they bring sand to the lake, you know, like they do a really good job keeping it up.
I'm just like, I feel like the weed stuff that's going on, like I kind of think that's dangerous because you can get like tangled up in that while you're swimming.
Also, the lake that I went to as a kid, this was in Westboro, Northborough, Lake Chauncey. There was like snapping turtles all the time when I was a kid.
There was that in my lake this year too, and someone was like, "Oh, hey, be careful! Like, there's a snapping turtle right where you enter with your kayak."
Yeah.
So people have been mindful about bringing their dogs down there. And I'm like, "Oh my god, that's so scary."
Yeah. But I'll say, it is funny. I started bringing Jamie to the beach, to the lake this year. And I'm like, this will be my time that I can like read my books. Because last year, he just played on the sand and he was like kind of scared of going in the water.
And now you're like, shoot, I gotta have eyes on him at all times.
Oh yeah. So like I am like watching him like a hawk.
Yeah.
And then he'll be like, "Mommy, come swim with me." So I go in and heart it.
Okay, heart it. What do you got?
The
final one.
Heart it or hate it. Dogs in the office. Have you ever worked somewhere where people were bringing their dogs into the office?
Kind of. So when I was at my like office job, no, not really, but there was a time where like someone got a puppy.
Yeah.
And they were so excited, and so they did bring her in like once.
Mm-hmm.
Besides that, people didn't really bring dogs in. Honestly, and I know this makes me sound like a bad person, I'm gonna go hate it. I like dogs.
Yeah.
I think they're fun, whatever, but I will say I feel like people in the last few years have started bringing their dogs everywhere.
Yeah.
And I like dogs, don't get me, but it's like, your dog doesn't need to be everywhere.
So the jobs that I worked at before my current job, that they were like in person, always had dogs of some sort. So like the owners at the first job I had after I graduated, they had 2 little Maltese dogs that they brought in. And this was like an embroidery shop. And I liked those dogs in the office. It was fun. Sometimes it was annoying because customers would come in the door and the dogs always come and bark at the customers. And some people are scared of dogs, even cute little Malteses.
I'm not, but then the people that you're so at the gym, sometimes the staff brings their dogs.
Yeah.
And there's, a lot of members like it because they're like, oh my God, a dog. There's a dog at my gym. That's so fun. My gym is the best. And then other members are like, keep that dog away from me.
Yeah.
I'm scared or I'm allergic, which I'm like,
right.
I'm like, yeah, I mean, that's a real consideration. My mom is like deathly allergic to dander. If she gets a single dog, she's like, can't see, can't breathe. Like she's like a hot mess for hours. So I kind of feel like it's not fair to bring your dog into public places like that.
So that was one job. And I liked it. Although there was one time they used puppy pads in the store, which questionable. And one time a customer was like, there's a dog poop over there. And I'm like,
yeah, so sometimes people have brought their dogs into the gym.
Yeah.
And the dog gets nervous or excited and then pees.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro.
And then my last job, dogs weren't allowed. I guess at one point dogs were, and then there was a dog fight or something. And then they weren't allowed. But the owners still brought their 3 dogs in every single day. And again, they're cute little Maltese dogs, 3 little Malteses. But one time the owner put her dog on my desk, which fine, I'm working, and it had muddy paws or dirty paws, and it's walking all over my printouts of the design things that I'm making, and I'm like, really?
Yeah, I just kind of feel like there are places where these outdoor breweries.
Yeah.
Fine, bring your dog.
Yeah.
But you don't need to bring your dog to T.J. Maxx.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's a thing. Stop doing that.
Right. So my answer is it depends on the dog, but it's leaning towards hate it.
I'm going to go hate it because, we have to choose one or the other.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say hate it. I do like dogs. I like meeting other people's dogs. I just think it has to be the right context, and that's probably not your office.
Right.
Or
if you have
place of employment.
If you have your own private office that your dog is staying in, that sounds cool. I love having my cats at my office because my office is at my home.
Well, yeah,
right.
You're working from home. They don't go
But
anywhere
yeah,
else. Yeah.
bringing the dogs into the office overall, it's a hate it for me.
Yeah.
Sorry, everyone.
All right. Well, that's it for Heart It or Hate It. Don't cancel us. And we will see you next week.
Later, ladies.